Werewolves are some of the most iconic creatures in fiction. I like them way more than their supernatural counterpart, the vampires. I think they're way cooler personally. Now, when people talk about the best werewolf movies in Hollywood history, they mention American Werewolf in London, they mention Ginger Snaps, they mention The Howling, which features one of the hottest werewolf females of all time, up there with Laura Vandervoort from Bitten and Kelly Overton from True Blood. They mention Bad Moon, but I never see one get mentioned, and it's starting to really piss me off now. With all the bad werewolf movies that have come out recently, that newest Wolfman movie, which people hated, Frank Grillo's werewolf movie, which is like hit or miss depending on which side of the aisle you're on. If you want a movie that's really cheesy, dumb, stupid, and has like, oh, it's so funny vibes, then you can like it, but some people just hate it. The last werewolf movie I really liked was the 2010 Wolfman movie, but even that has problems. I also like the movie Cursed as well. That was a pretty good one. And Werewolves Within. But werewolf movies get a bad rep for a reason, man. There's just not a lot of great ones out there. So I find it frustrating and a crime against cinema that one does not get mentioned enough. Okay? Now this movie is like Predators meets werewolves. Yeah. And maybe that's the reason it's not taken seriously by a lot of movie fans. But it is a sin to not mention this werewolf movies among the greats, because look at this. The ratings aren't terrible. 82% on Rotten Tomatoes, 86% on Just Watch. I don't even know what the hell that is. IMDb has it as a 6.8 out of 10. I don't care about these. I don't give a shit about these sites, to be honest. They're all fraudulent in my eyes. But critics didn't hate this movie. This movie features some of the most brutal, relentless, and effective werewolves ever. And yet has some of the most interesting characters that can match the interest that the werewolves give off too. Most horror movies don't do this, y'all. Most horror movies don't do what Dog Soldiers did. An action thriller that a lot of my fans have asked me to talk about, which means my fan base is cultured. I'm so happy about that. But a lot of people don't mention this movie, and it's pissing me off. Dog Soldiers is a movie I've tried, when I Google what are the best werewolf movies ever, on Google's AI and ChatGPT, Dog Soldiers never comes up, not even close to the top 5, not even close to the top 10. It never comes up, and I ask myself, is there a psyop? Is Hollywood trying to brush this movie under the rug for some reason? Why the fuck is this never mentioned? Featuring a main character who refused to shoot a dog because his commander asked him to. So he got fucking kicked out. Sent to the prelims to be a soldier with these comrades in this like training protocol for less experienced soldiers. Soldiers who all have personalities. While they're getting around a campfire, they're all talking about their worst fears. Spiders, women, based. But one of them talks about how he saw one of his comrades get blown to pieces, and the only piece of flesh that they found recognizable from him was one of a tattoo on it, with Satan smiling. And for that reason, he keeps his mind open to anything supernatural. This is some fucking awesome dialogue, y'all. We got British humor, British slangs that I don't even know but still are funny because the characters do it well. And then all these characters who have all these personalities, they don't know what they have fucking walked in on. Their training protocol goes from some predictable training regimen to, we're being hunted by werewolves. And maybe that was the plan all along, because there is a twist in the movie that you won't see coming. And they all have to get inside this little house in the middle of the woods while these werewolves are outside trying to get in. Meanwhile, people inside might be getting infected and shit, turning into werewolves of their own. Meanwhile, everyone's pretty much screwed. This movie showcases what werewolves should be, okay? A lot of werewolf designs piss me off, I'll be honest. Because a lot of the Vampire Diaries and the Twilight conception of werewolves are just people who turn into wolves that are fast and they speed. No. A werewolf is more than that, okay? The Teen Wolf design is barely a wolf, okay? Because of budget reasons, they weren't able to give a full-on wolf suit like Peter Hale got, all right? The Wolfman does it right. This guy looks like a legitimate hybrid between a human and a wolf. But this is it. Wolves who can stand up on 2 feet and are massive with giant talons. That's what I want in a werewolf. And bullets aren't enough to kill them. In Teen Wolf, I've seen so many times a wolf gets shot, a dude gets shot and he's dead. Or he gets stabbed and he's fucked over. Like he reacts like a normal human would. These werewolves get pushed back, but they're never killed. We don't even know if Silver kills them around this movie. It's argued. It's an idea, but we don't actually know for sure. Short of stabbing them or cutting them to pieces or blowing them up, you can't really kill them. People try to get into fist fights with them in this movie, which is some of the funniest scenes in the movie, but you have a 99% chance of death doing that. So they're not the most powerful werewolves you've ever seen, but they're the most effective in my opinion. They're some of the most effective. And of course, the main characters are all interesting. The leading character, even though he's serious and stoic, he has personality, he has wit, he has charm. He has back and forth with his comrades. They all are funny together because they're all reacting hilariously to this fucking onslaught of random werewolves. They don't even believe it. You have this female who kind of helps them, right? This woman that they find who helps them and tries to save them and get them to sanctuary. You think that she and him are going to have a romantic entanglement of some kind because that's what they do in every movie, but no, they subvert that. She's part of a massive twist in this film. I'm not going to spoil it for you because you need to watch this fucking film if you haven't seen it yet, but for those who know. This guy, the captain, who asked the main character to kill a dog way back, this dude's very interesting too because he's a literal broken mirrored reflection of our main character. This dude is corrupt as hell. He's barely human himself. He'll throw anyone under the bus. We have the sergeant, who is my favorite character of the film, played by the dude who played Alfred in Gotham. This dude, for 90% of the film has his guts out because a werewolf clawed him in the stomach. His guts are falling out and they use super glue to put it back together in. And this dude's screaming in agony throughout the entire movie. That's the level of film we're talking about here, okay? We got werewolves coming in and people trying to fight them with their fists. They're killing it. Everyone almost, pretty much the death count to this is crazy. Everyone except for maybe the main character is expendable, and you can tell. You actually don't know who's gonna make it besides the main character. And people start transforming and dying left and right. This movie, basically, you know how in the movie Predator, you have these stoic chads who are almost inhuman in how they are and their personalities. They're almost like cartoons, but the fun of that is seeing them shit themselves in the presence of a predator that they can't even understand. This is similar, but these aren't as like experienced or super badass and auriful as those characters are. No, these are very green, flawed beings who don't know what the fuck is going on and they're panicking badly. This movie gets that across better than the first Predator movie in my opinion, okay? They feel more human, and that's the theme here, what it means to be human. Because between werewolves who are barely human trying to kill any guy or any human that comes across them, you have these two who are the perfect mirror reflection. One guy who won't kill dogs if ordered to and will try his best to save his comrades even though they're pretty much near dead, versus the other guy who would throw everyone under the bus. Everyone's expendable to him. This is a great moral clash. It literally separates them and makes for amazing arcs and makes for a badass explosive finale at the end. The third act of this film is fucking badass. There's nothing else can be said. Just a couple soldiers and dudes hurling British slang, talking like guys are watching a basketball game that you know, and then werewolves are running around outside trying to kill them. Acting 9 out of 10, action 7 out of 10. The action's not that great or anything. It's not anything game changing, but it's good enough. Dialogue 8 out of 10. Music is nothing to write home about. To be honest, it's give or take whatever, 5 out of 10. But rewatchability, this is the one thing that makes or breaks films for me. My favorite films of all time have high rewatchability factor, and this movie has that in spades. 10 out of 10 for rewatchability. I could rewatch this any fucking time, any month of the year I could rewatch this. Fuck it, man. I might rewatch it again after making this video. That's how good it is. Overall, 8.69978 out of 10. Yes, I'm getting specific with it. A lot of people don't use decimals enough. They don't round up or round down. No. I'm getting specific. This is the greatest werewolf movie of all time. Not perfect by any means, but still the greatest, okay? Those are my thoughts on Dog Soldiers. I don't have much to say besides watch the damn movie. This has some of my favorite werewolves in it and some of my favorite characters in a goddamn werewolf movie. A horror movie, period. Alright? Watch that shit. Like and subscribe. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.